Okay, Mary. So I just want to summarize. So I've been seeing you for about 6 months now. You've had low mood and depression. We have done blood work. Everything looks good from that aspect. We started you on antidepressants about 4 months ago. I know you're very busy. You're a nurse. You work on a COVID ward. And although things are settling down, I know that you're very busy. And then I know you mentioned you've got admin work to do as well, and you've got 2 kids at home, and you're a single parent. So I know that there's a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are things going?
I mean, I don't necessarily want to stop the antidepressants, but I'm not really sure they're helping me.
Okay.
My mood is still pretty low, and I feel tired and lethargic all the time. I'm worried about the side effects of them. Maybe this is how they affect me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I understand that. I'm just wondering if there's anything going on right now or anything that's happening in your life that you think might be contributing to this.
Well, work is very stressful, and
Yeah.
I had to create the schedule the other week, and
Okay.
I felt hopeless at it, terrible, fed
So-
up. I'm the worst nurse ever.
Okay, so let's use that as an example. You mentioned, so when you were told you had to create a schedule, like a work schedule, I guess, and as you were asked to do that, what was going through your mind?
They couldn't have picked a worse person for this. I'm
Oh,
hopeless.
dear.
I've been asked to create it before,
Yeah.
and I completely screwed it up, and so many people complained.
Okay.
And so having to do it again was just weighing so heavily on me.
So you're thinking you're not the right person to do this?
No.
No?
I'm terrible.
Okay. Do you have time?
I mean, no, really, because I had to do it after work, and I'm exhausted, and I'm fed up, and yeah.
The reason I'm asking is this: I was just wondering whether you were thinking you mentioned you're the worst person, or you're definitely not the right person to do this. I'm just wondering why you were thinking.
I mean, because I did it last time, and so many people complained about it, and so having to do it again, I didn't want to deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as these thoughts were going through your mind, as you were told, okay, you've got to do this schedule, how were you feeling? Or how did that make you feel?
I guess I would say depressed, fed up.
Depressed, fed up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And physically?
Exhausted, lethargic. I just.
Okay.
Yeah.
So feeling very, very tired.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, since I want to just use that specific example, what happened in the end?
I mean, in the end, I did do it. I put it off until way too late. I actually did it after work. I went home, I dealt with the kids, I put them to bed, sank into the couch, watched TV. I wasn't really even enjoying the TV, I was panicking. Ended up falling asleep because I was so tired.
Oh
And
dear, okay.
I woke up, in a panic. I did do it, but it was past midnight at that point. And I guess the only good thing about it was that only one nurse complained in the morning.
Okay. I guess that's a positive, I suppose.
Yeah.
So as you're telling me this story, it's useful to actually, I've been writing this down, and I'm just going to sort of summarize what you told me, okay? First you told me, we were going to use the example, you had to come home from work and prepare this schedule, okay? So we're going to work with that. So when you were told that, you were thinking, well, this is too much to do,
Yeah.
I'm going to mess this up, I'm a terrible nurse. Those are your thoughts as you were told, okay, you've got to do this schedule. So these thoughts that led to these feelings, you're depressed, you're feeling more depressed, more fed up, and then that in turn led you physically to just feel really tired and lethargic, so down here. And then what did you do about it? So you mentioned that you put it off. You decided you were going to watch TV, but you fell asleep, and then you kind of woke up in a bit of a panic, and you still had to do the schedule, which you did actually manage to get done in the end. But you can see that as you're thinking that, you know, I'm a terrible nurse, I'm going to mess this up, I've got too much to do, that makes you feel a certain way, more depressed, makes you feel as well physically tired, and then that leads you to put it off. And then it sort of goes back into a vicious cycle. This is not the first time you've been asked to do the schedule. But I wonder what you think of that. Does that sound accurate to you?
It definitely sounds accurate. Seeing it all written out like that, like I can see clearly that, yeah, it is all a cycle that I can't get out of.
Well, you can get out of it. That's the one. That's the one thing about writing it down and just because some people find that it's so overwhelming, but there is definitely a pattern to this. And what I want to ask you next is because one of the ways to break the cycle is actually to change your behavior or what you do. So I'm just wondering if rather than sitting in front of the TV and then falling asleep, you know, say you've got to do the schedule again, is there anything else that you think you could do instead of?
I wonder if going for a short walk might help. I used to do that before COVID all the time, and then things just got so busy.
Okay, so it's something that's an activity you enjoy, you've done before.
Yeah.
And do you think that you could, and we don't have to be ambitious, but even going for, say, a 5 or 10 minute walk, do you think that's something that is something you could do?
I mean, maybe. I'm so tired, but I really could use more exercise. So.
Yeah. So one of the things about this is we often do not feel like doing this activity. Like it's a very common thing, but studies certainly show if you're able to change your behavior and do something, even if you don't feel like doing it, you basically behave as if you weren't depressed, and you would do this. It actually does help. So I wonder how you feel about maybe for the next week. You can try, you know, after you put your kids to bed, instead of sitting in front of the TV, you go for like a 5 minute walk around the block. Is that something that you think you might be able to try?
Yes, a week's not a long time. I can definitely try that.
Yeah, because I think that certainly there is a reasonably good chance that we can break this cycle.
Yeah.
And then that'll improve the way you think about things. That'll improve your mood.
Yeah.
Certainly make you less depressed, and usually less tired. And there is a lot of evidence to suggest that changing your behavior and doing something that you do enjoy doing, even if it is just for 5 minutes, is definitely going to help. So, all right. Well, let's try that.
Yeah.
Then.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.